Yo guys, what's going on? It's a Blockbull right about now, bringing you the latest episode to the channel. I'm going to dive right into it because I'm absolutely fuming. Whatever's going on now with Wall Street and TradingView, they need to sort the. Honest to God, it's pure manipulation. It's doing my head in now. They can't even win in a fair fight against retail traders. They're tanking the markets and they're still not finished with their manipulation. Like, this is absolutely outrageous. Yeah, I don't mind getting beat, yeah, by the markets, and that rarely ever happens. Yeah, I may be down in USD value, but you know what? I've not lost any tokens. But this right here, luckily enough, at the time of recording, we seem to be working because it's very, very intermittent at the moment, and it's costing me a lot of money, guys. So, TradingView, yeah, I can't fucking operate unless I've got TradingView in front of my charts. So, it's just the way it is now. Let's take a look at crypto bubbles now on the daily. XRP 9.5, Sol 8, Velo 9.5. XTC 8.6, ADA 8.2. There's only Veracity there, 2.7%. That's up. XCN's down 4.6%. But let's take a look at the charts now. We are seeing a lot of manipulation in the markets now, guys. And if we just zoom out onto the daily, this is going to be predominantly an XCM video, but you can see here diamond top 68 to 80% probability of breaking down, and that's exactly what it's doing. So, sort of no surprise, and that was the only concern for me across the markets because, to be honest with you, the rest of the market was looking very healthy. We all did some major corrections, major pullbacks. There's only sort of larger caps yet to do the pullbacks, and this is what's occurring now with XRP. So XRP is actually traded all the way back down here at $1.61, and then it pulled its skirt back up here to sort of current price action around $1.88. So there's probably still further sort of downside to come. Okay. Which is why I've taken a little bit of my money off the table at the moment. So I will be looking at placing entries. So these two shelves I've talked about many times in previous videos. First shelf, second shelf down here. So I do expect sort of XRP to actually come and at least retest that sort of high of that first shelf around sort of $1. I'm going to say about $1.12, guys. Yeah. $1.12 because that's just the minimum target that you would typically target with a diamond top. Yeah, so from top to bottom, then upon the breakout, which is there, you can see how that's sort of confluential there. So around sort of $1.12, I expect XRP to come down to. So once that's targeted, then I feel safe entering some of the dry powder that I've got into, yeah, whether that be more Veracity, whether that be more XCN, it doesn't really matter, guys. Yeah, all these cryptos are going to absolutely blow. So we want cryptos that are going to run up either first, which is very difficult to identify. If you're just going by history, obviously the large caps move first, so like your Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, etc., and then obviously it trickles down to, from coins between 10 to 50. And then, you get to your mid-cap gems. You guys know how it works if you've been in the markets at least one cycle. Let's get over to XCN now, see where we're currently trading. Let's have a look. Where are you? Tell you what, I'll just filter it through symbols and then I get all the X's up top here. So this is XCN now. So again, we've got a blue trend line marking out these daily closes. We did have a fake out a couple of days ago here. So it looked as if XCN was breaking out. But as price likes to manipulate us retail traders, it does a fake out before rolling to the downside. So we have wicked as low as, you can see this figure here, 0.00755. So that's where it's wicked down today. Now, it was looking likely it was going to actually reverse and get a breakout to the upside. Now you can see where this wick's gone. We've actually retested this sort of upper trend line here on the daily. These are 4-hour candles. Okay, so on the 4-hour candles, we've actually broke out and then rolled back under. Okay, so there's a massive sort of accumulation here. So I'll just mark out on the charts here. So we have the accumulation. And then what happens then is we do have the manipulation. So this is the manipulation here. And I actually showed it over in my X actually. Let's just go over to X. Everyone's messaging me. Right, where is it? Let's try and find it quickly. So I posted it yesterday. So this is it. So I've never felt so confident. I've not even flinched in these markets. However, when it comes to TradingView, if someone starts disabling my tools, How am I supposed to operate? So this is why I'm frustrated today in the markets. And you know what? It's probably engineered by design by Wall Street. You know what they're like? They're absolutely crooks, yeah. So this is what's happening: accumulation, manipulation, distribution. But I do feel as though there's some more manipulation to come here. So as you can see, coming back over the charts, obviously, it's not color coordinated to match this here. So we've got green, red, blue. I'm just going to keep it just for ease sake because you know what? I haven't got the time of day. So we've got the accumulation, we've got the manipulation, and we've got the distribution coming up shortly. So I do believe there's further downside to come with XCN. And the reason being, if we just delete some of this TA just to clear the charts up, you can see this lower trend line coming in here, which I've marked out. So you can see here from the sort of US elections down here. US elections around sort of 4th, 5th of November. You're marking out all these 4-hour closes, and then upon that sort of 4-hour close, that's your last close on the red line. Then we go to town, and then we've ran up there approximately around 20x. Yeah, so this is why we're all in XCN at the minute, the people that are watching this video. So I do expect further manipulation. This right here isn't enough to manipulate XCN holders, I don't feel. Yeah, I do believe there's still some more downside. Like I said, just going off the back of what XRP has to retrace. So like I say, once XRP is down around $1.12, I feel comfortable then re-entering the market. And then obviously it'll be sort of large caps rotating into sort of mid caps, which I would classify XCN as a mid cap at this point, yeah, because when it gets running, I think it ran up to around ranking in the top 60, 70 coins, somewhere along them lines. So anything within the sort of top 100 or, you know, coins that run up upon sort of volume into the top 100, I do class those as sort of mid caps. Okay, as long as they're not in the top 10, I would class them as mid caps. But this is XCN at the moment. Like I say, I'm targeting this lower sort of red trend line, so I'm keeping my eye on that. Again, it's a moving target, guys, so people are probably going to ask me, well, where would you be placing your entries? So far I've got them set down here. Okay, and I do keep everyone up to date in the Discord channel as well, so if you guys want to come over into the Discord channel, you can do. Just get back to it now. Like I said, I will be not that necessarily put any signals in, I'll just share my trades. Okay, so if I take any trades, for example, if I sell out of a position waiting to rebuy in a lower price, then, you know, I'll let that be known over in the Discord. If you guys want to join the Discord, it's quite simple there. So over at theblockbulls.com, you know, just click on the link, and it is a subscription-based sort of service with myself and some other guys in there. So let's get over to get back to XCN now. So I am still looking for a retracement. So once that does happen, I will be backing up the truck and loading up big time on XCN. Then that way I've actually sort of, you know, almost sort of accumulating more crypto. I've certainly increased my bag in terms of tokens, which is what I'm trying to say, guys. So although the USD value of the portfolio is down, way down, way down, you know, I actually bought, luckily, thankfully, I was buying in around here, around this sort of first bull pennant. So if I just mark that out there, I was buying at the tip of this sort of apex here. So I was buying in around here. Yeah, I'll just mark it out with my yellow line. So I was buying around here. So yes, we ran it up and we was in massive amounts of profit. But we're currently trading below where my sort of average entry is, around this sort of yellow line. So it's first time really I've actually been in negative equity on a trade. You know, usually, you know, I'm up massively. I'm in negative equity with Gala as well because I bought again at the time of US elections. So we're down a little bit with Gala, but everything else we've always profited in. You know what? All these cryptos will turn profitable once we have finished this sort of manipulation stage now. So it's only a matter of time, guys, until that's over. I do expect another tariff. That's what I'm hearing anyway on sort of mainstream news. So there's, I don't know, I expect sort of Wednesday, Thursday, there could be another sort of bombshell, which is what's going to tank the market even lower. And then after that point, I do believe the manipulation stage is probably over, and then we're going to go absolutely parabolic leading into the next Fed meeting, which is scheduled for the 7th of May, guys. So, you know, just stand, you know, just be cautious, take a stance. Don't lose any conviction. If you are taking the hodling strategy, you guys are obviously stoic. You guys are probably just ignoring the charts at the minute and out in the sunshine. So we're living your best life, whilst, everyone's bleeding in the market. So, you just got to hold strong, guys. But yeah, if you're like me, you're looking at selling at this sort of blue trend line before, a re-entry of this sort of law here, the sort of yellow sort of moving entry, if you will. Again, you can just do it on this law. If you want to fill your bags, that's probably going to save you from sort of current price action. If we do come back down to retest, you're going to increase your bags by around sort of 14-15%. So that's not bad, that. If you got 10 grand in it, you get an extra grand and a half worth of crypto, okay, just by trading. It's not as if you've had to work your ass off for 1,500 to invest into crypto. But again, crypto is, and trading in general, is very, very risky, guys. So unless you've got experience, it is what it is, guys. But anyway, I hope that video is helpful, and hopefully TradingView is going to sort its shit out. Anyway, it seems to have worked okay in this video, so hopefully we're back, baby. I've been the Block Bull. Until next time, the Block Bull is over and out.